Hi guys, welcome to today's tutorial. This is the second part of our Linux lesson. If you want to check on the first part, the link is in the description below. So today we'll be checking on the overview of user levels. We check how to add new user, how to change user modes, and the sudo command. So let's get started. So the first thing is how to change from normal user to the root user. To do that, you run the command sudo space then su, press enter. It will ask you the password for the root user. So you just enter the password and you can see this $sign here has changed to the hash sign, indicating that this is now the root user. As the root user, you now have higher privileges than the normal user. Now, another thing that we can do in the root user is to list files and directories that are hidden. So to do that, you run the command ls space -la, and you can see these files, most of them were hidden. If we run the normal ls command, we cannot see some of these files. Let me show you that. If I just run ls, you can see what I'm seeing. But if I run this ls -la, and you can see it is listing us all of these directories. So these directories, you can see these letters here. So these ones that are starting with D, this one indicates that this is a directory. But these ones that are just starting with the minus here indicate that this is just a file. Another thing, these numbers here indicate the user level and groups. So the first batch here indicates the owner of this file, while this second part, this XR, indicate the owners group, and this third part here, this one indicate now all other users. So these letters represent the modes that we are allowed to, the modes and the operations that we can carry. So this RWX means that this file owner can read, write, and execute, while the user groups can only execute and read, while all the rest of the users can only execute. So let's see how somebody can change these modes on a file. So for us to do that, let's access any folder here. Let me go to downloads, the folder. I confuse it with Windows so much. The downloads directory. So to do that, we just run this command cd space followed by the directory name, and it must be the same way it appears. Linux is case sensitive. So then we list. So you can see these are the files that are in this directory. So let's create a file and write something to this file. For example, let's do echo, then say this is me, followed by this greater than sign and the name of the file. So we just say mine.txt, then create enter. If we list again, you can see we have this file here, mine.txt. Let's create another file because there are two things that I want to show you. Go. Hi there. Then we say hi.txt. So we have this file, we have hi.txt and we have mine.txt. So let's do this listing, and you can see these files here. Hi.txt, we can only read and write, read and read. And also the hi, this is the hi, and also the mine.txt the same, we can only read and write. So I want to change these modes on this file so that we can have full access mode. To do that, you use the chmod command. So you type in chmod space, then you do a plus, then you type in rwx space followed by the name of the file. So let's do hi.txt, then enter. Now let's list again to check that. And you can see this hi.txt, we have now full access to this. We can read, write, and execute, and even the color coding has changed. There's another way that we can do this. So let me show you the second way. The second way is to type in chmod space, then 777 space, then the name of the file. So this time I'm going to use this mine.txt. So I'll type in mine.txt, then enter. So let's list and check on that. You can see here it is. So this is the mine.txt file, and you can see the privileges have changed. We now have full privilege on this file. You can read, write, and execute. So that is how you can change the mode of the file if you want to have full access to that file. Now we are in the downloads directory. To exit the downloads directory, type in cd space, then 2 periods like that, and we are back to our home directory. Another thing that I want to show you is how to add users to your Linux. So let me say you have one user who is the root user and you want to add another secondary user. So to do that, we use the add user command. So just type in add user space, then you follow it by the name of that user. Let's use the name Peter, then press enter. So you can see now in the terminal, it is asking us to enter the password for this user. So we'll just enter in a simple password. This is for training purposes. If you are creating a real folder, you need to create an authentic password that is alphanumerical with the right length and must have also special characters. It's again asking us to confirm this password. So I'll repeat what I've just entered. Now these ones I can just leave as default, or if you have any other information that you want to add in, you can add in, but for me, I'll go with the default. So is this information correct? Yes. And you can see we have successfully created our secondary user. So how do we now check that this user exists, or how do we list the number of users in our computer? So to list the number of users, we use a command called etc/password command. So to do that, you need to type in cat space etc/password. I'm sorry, it's cat space slash etc/password, then enter. And you can see from this list here, at the bottom we have this user called Peter and another user called John. So that is how you can create and check the kind of users that you have. So initially, this command could be used to access the password for these users, but with the current advancement, it's not easy to do that. So there's another command that you can use to get the hashed password for this user and later use the hashcat to generate the password. So the command that you can again use to do that is called the etc shadow command. So to do that, you need to type in cat space etc, then shadow, just like that, and press enter. And you can see right here, this is the hashed password for Peter. So you can advance and carry out a hashcat command and run this password. It will generate for you now the password for this password, a password for the password now. Okay. Another thing that I want to show you is how to switch users. So currently we are in the root user. So let me say you want to switch to John or Peter. So to do that, you use the command, the switch user command. So let me show that. You need to type in your terminal su space followed by the name of that user. So type in Peter, then press enter. And you can see right away it's telling us that we are in Peter. You realize that it is not asking us for any password to get to Peter because we were in the root user. So we have a full privilege on this machine. So we are already in Peter. So we want to go back to our root user. So this is the name of my root user. So if your root user is just called root, you just type in su then root and press enter. But mine is, I named him the other name, so I'll type in that name, press enter, and now it is asking me to enter the password of my root user. So let me enter the password, press enter, and you can see we are back. Initially we were in Peter, but now we are back to my root user. And another thing that I want to show you is now I've shown you how to create this user, how to list this user, how to check for the password, how to switch the modes from one user to another. But now I'm showing you how to delete this user. So to delete the user, there's a command that you use. You type in user del followed by the name of the user, then press enter. Permission denied, cannot log, etc password. Try again later. So let me do that. Then do user del Peter. Peter is currently under process 1494. So you can see Peter is still running here. So I have to close this operation. But that is the correct command that you use to delete. So now I'll do a recap of both part 1 and part 2. So for part 1, we listed just the basic functionalities, how to check your current directory, how to change directories, how to create file, how to delete file, how to delete a directory. So let me brush through over our initial video 1 and it becomes one full video. So to check our current running directory, you need to type in pwd, which means present working directory. And you can see it is listing for us. This is the current directory that we are in. To list components of this directory, you use the ls command, and you can see it is giving us the contents of this directory. To change directory from one to another, you use the change directory command, which is cd space followed by the exact name of that directory. So you can use downloads. So we want to go into a downloads directory, and you can see it is very case sensitive. Just type that and you see we are in our downloads directory. Another command that we can use is to create a directory. To create a directory, use the make directory command, which is mkdir followed by the name of that directory. Let me call this one test. Then press enter. And if we list that, you can see this is test and you can see the color coding here. Another command that we can test here is how to remove the directory. You need to type rmdir followed by test. And when we list again, you can see the test directory is gone. Another thing that I want to show you is how to delete a directory that is having contents inside it. So let's create a directory and add something inside that directory, then delete that directory. So let me do make directory, let me call it test, cd test. So you can see we are in test directory and it has nothing inside it. So let's create another directory inside it. Let me call this one tester, just like that. And if we list, you can see it's having one directory inside it. So now I want to delete this test directory, the parent directory now, but it's having content inside it. So to do that, we need to first get out of that directory. We are back to our downloads folder, and if you list, you can see yes, the test directory. So to delete this one, we use the remove command. So we type in rm space -r followed by the name of the directory. And if we list now, you can see it is gone. Any directory that has content inside it, we cannot delete it using the remove directory command, just like that, because it won't respond. So that is the command that we use. So that is our part 2 and also a retouch of our part 1. In our next video, we'll check on the networking in Linux, some of the network commands that you need to know in Linux. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, hit on the notification bell, like as well. Also drop your comments and reviews of what you think about this video. Thank you so much.